Couldn't help but notice how you're staring at me. Ooh, baby, you're so fine. You deserve a time with your sexy eyes. You're qualified, so boy, why don't you, baby, why won't you come and talk to me? Ooh, get closer.
Alright, what's up, Bonjour, it's me, bitch. As you can tell, I'm in the spirit of, France and the French Open, because that's what I'm going to be getting into today. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a minute, I will say. I said I was going to, make videos in the meantime, in between time, but that did not happen. So here we are with my second video, giving me very much Parisian vibes. And I'm here to give y'all my preview of the French Open 2019 singles draw. So, if I'm not mistaken, the last video started off with me doing the women's draw first, so I'm going to start off with the men's draw today. Alright, top quarter of the men's draw has, at least, these names are the ones that stick out to me in my mind of people who could make it deeper into at least maybe the quarters or so. But there is Novak Djokovic, Denis Shapovalov, Borna Coric, Fabio Fognini, Bautista Agut, Millman, and Alexander Zverev. Those are like the big names that, for me at least, stick out in this top quarter of the draw. For me, I have Novak making it all the way through. He could run into a hiccup with Borna Coric or Fognini, who did win. What did he win? He won Monte Carlo this year. He beat Nadal in the final, but Nadal wasn't really Nadal, so it's like an asterisk next to it. But I mean, I also put a question mark next to Fognini's name because, let's be real, we don't know who's gonna show up. Alexander Zverev, he's currently right now playing a tournament, 2 days before the French Open starts. So good luck with that, I guess. Is he gonna break through here? Probably not. He's literally played every week since the clay court season started, so them string being legs gonna burn out eventually. My picks to make it at least to the fourth round and duke it out are Novak Djokovic and Borna Coric. Really, I mean, if Novak is a little nervous or whatever, trying to complete what? 4 slams in a row. I mean, it could be a possible upset, but Coric has to make it to the fourth round, and there's no guarantee on that. But it would be a lot to ask to pass Djokovic and make it, the deepest you ever made it in the Grand Slam. But there's also Bautista Agut, who has beaten Djokovic earlier in the year already. So I do possibly see Zverev making it at least to the fourth round and playing Bautista Agut and losing, and then Bautista Agut will play Djokovic in the quarters, and I think that would be a pretty big blockbuster match. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's be real, okay? Ooh, in the second quarter, we have Dominic Thiem, Verdasco, Monfils, Kachanov, Puig, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Lopez, and Del Potro. The big names obviously here are Thiem and Del Potro, but lurkers in this section, for me at least, are Verdasco, Puig, and Felix. I don't really know what Monfils is going to do because, who does? He's made the semifinals twice here before, but that was almost 10 years ago. Felix, he's in the section near Del Potro, and I do think that would be a big tax for him to try to take out Del Potro in the Grand Slam. Del Potro is still recovering from, I think, his knee. I think he injured his knee towards the end of last year, but I still think he could at least pose a threat in this section. In my bracket, I have Thiem and Del Potro making it to the quarters, and possibly Felix Auger-Aliassime. Okay, alright, let's move on. Let's move on to the third section quarter. of the men's draw, which has Stefano Tsitsipas, Francis Tiafoe, Dimitrov, Marin Cilic, Christine Garin, who won 2 ATP 250s during the clay season, so he could possibly make a deep run. He's having a great season so far this year. Cecchinato, who made the semis, I think, last year, and Schwartzman, who made his first Masters 1000 semi in, I believe, Rome. Like, that whole tournament was a mess, so who knows what to expect. So in this section, I have Tsitsipas and Federer making the quarterfinals. And it's not like we don't know that what Federer's form is looking like. He had to play, I think, 2 matches in one day in Rome and got through both of them. The second one was really close one with Border Troy. So I think it's safe to say that his form is like good enough to play best out of 5 sets on clay. Do I think he's going to make a deeper run than the quarters here? No. I don't think he's going to make it past the quarters. I think he is going to have a few close matches early on. He can meet Schwartzman in the 4th round. It's possible that he will meet Tsitsipas in the quarterfinals, and Tsitsipas has beaten Federer in the Grand Slam before. He beat him in the 4th round of the Australian Open, just as I predicted, in 4 sets. Tennis Oracle right here. But I'm going to make a safe bet and say that Tsitsipas will beat him again. Dangerous floater is definitely Schwartzman, Cecchinato, and Christian Garin. And in the bottom quarter we have Nishikori, Tsonga, Jaeger, Diminuar, Benoit Paire, Medvedev, Basilashvili, Goffin, and Nadal. Nadal pretty much has like a cakewalk to the final, at least. I don't see him having any problems. I think he saved his best tennis for the French Open, like he's done time and time again. There's really nobody in this section, at least, that could give him problems. Like, let's be real, okay? I have him and Tsitsipas in the semis. In the semis. But I mean, whoever does, they're not gonna really give Nadal any problems. Like, let's be real, okay? This is his playground. He owns this shit. Like, give it up, Delicious. You look like a man.
Give it up, Delicious. You look like a man.
Okay. So that is pretty much all I have for the men's draw. I think it's going to be a repeat of last year's final. I think Thiem and Nadal are going to play in the final. Hopefully it'll be more competitive because it was only 3 sets. It was a straight set win for Nadal. Thiem didn't really have much to, push Nadal in that final. I don't know if he was just tired or just overwhelmed by the moment. But it's a pretty straightforward final. I think that we are going to get a rematch of that final. Hopefully it'll be something more like the US Open match they had last year. That was an insane level that they played the entire match, and hopefully it'll be something like that, because last year's French Open final was alright. So let's stop it. Alright, let's move on to the women's draw. In the top quarter we have Naomi Osaka, Ostapenko and Azarenka off the bat playing first round. That's the big match. I think this is a good opportunity for Azarenka to make a deep run, because Ostapenko hasn't had very consistent results at all this season so far. So it's a big opportunity for her to possibly play and beat Osaka in the second round, because Osaka hasn't had very consistent results either since winning the Australian Open. I feel she's had a couple of injuries that popped up out of nowhere. I think one of them was her abdominal injury and a hand injury. I think both of them are fine now, but she hasn't had much success in general on clay throughout her career, so it'll be a big task, I think, for her to just come through and win the 3rd Grand Slam in a row. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible. Let's be real. But I think if anybody would upset her, it would be here. She's number one. She is the number one player in the world now. Has been since what? Australia. So there is that added pressure on her in this particular Grand Slam. So I think a lot of these girls are going to be hungry. There's also Sakari, Garcia, Madison Keys, Serena Williams, Andreescu, Sue Heisei, Sue Danielle Collins, and Ash Barty in this particular section. Two of these players in the section have won tournaments so far during the clay season, and that's Maria Sakkari and Madison Keys. I believe Sakkari won. She won Morocco, and Madison won Charleston. They could possibly make deep runs. I don't really see it for Madison. I don't see her making a deep run here in Paris. Garcia could cause some problems in this section of the draw. Andreescu, I have a question mark because I don't really know. She hasn't played anything, I don't think, since Miami because she's had a lingering shoulder issue. We don't really know where that is, where she is right now in her recovery. Sue, my girl Sue, the magician. She's just gonna fuck everybody up. Let's be real, okay? Danielle Collins made the semis of the Australian Open, but I don't see her making a deep run here. She hasn't really posted any notable results so far during the clay court season. So, I mean, I just have her here as a placeholder, really, because she played really well unexpectedly at the Australian Open. So it could happen, but I'm not banking on it. Ash Barty has had pretty much an outstanding year. I think she's won 2 titles this year, but I could be wrong. I'm also drunk, so. But I mean, she's had a great breakout year. I haven't said anything about Serena because, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the hell Serena's been doing? She was, turning looks at the Met Gala, sure, but what does she be doing on court? We don't know how their knee's holding up. She's pulled out of 3 consecutive tournaments. So who knows which Serena's going to show up. We don't know what type of form she's in. She's only played 1 clay court match. She won in straight sets, sure, but pulled out again for the knee. Her knee was fine in Indian Wells, but she had some type of viral flu or something, and she retired versus Muguruza, but we don't have much to base it off of. In the past, she's shown that she doesn't need much to base her success in Grand Slams off of, so, I mean, we don't know what to expect now post-baby, but just know that she can be a threat to anybody any day of the week still. In the next quarter, in the second quarter, I have Halep, Bouchard, Kasatkina, Wang, Sabalenka, Sibakova, Amanda Anisimova, Zvonareva, and Kvitova. This section isn't really as packed as the top one. I do think Halep and Kvitova will make it out of this section just fine. I don't see anybody that's really going to cause them any problems from those names I just listed. Anisimova did just win a title in Bogota. But I mean, converting that to, a deep Grand Slam one could be a big task. She was, I think, a breakout star from the Australian Open this year. Not many people were expecting her to take out Sabalenka in the way that she did. But she is going to have to go through Kvitova again, but she wasn't able to do it in Australia, and I don't think she's going to be able to do it again here. Bouchard and Kasatkina haven't really had consistent good results this year, so I don't see them really causing Halep any problems, unless Halep is just feeling the pressure of defending her title from last year. I mean, it's looking pretty much like it's going to be a Kvitova Halep quarter final, at least. For this third quarter, we have Sloane Stevens, Hercog, Garbina Muguruza, Venus, Svitolina, Bencic, Punseva, Kiki Bertens, Kerber, and Sevastova. Out of this quarter, I think it's probably going to be Stevens and Bertens that make it out. Out of these names, I'm probably going to pick Stevens and Bencic. Be her year to make a deep run at Grand Slam. Bertens just won, I believe it was Madrid. Yeah, she won Madrid earlier in the season, beating Halep. And Kerber, I have no idea. I don't think she's played any clay court tournaments this season. I have no idea what the hell she's been doing. Svitolina and Venus are a round one matchup. But I am going to pick Venus over Svitolina. Since the Australian, she kind of made a deep run, but she hasn't really posted any consistent results after that. And I'm also going to, bet on black. I'm rooting for everybody black. I am going to pick Venus over Elena, even though she this bottom quarter is pretty light in terms of who I think could make it through. Yeah, possibly Wozniacki, but not really. There's Julia Georges, Martic, Mladenovic, and Pliskova. I mean, if there were ever an opportunity for Pliskova to make a deep run in Paris, it will be this year, because there's not much in her way in this quarter, at least. She wouldn't have to play really, I think, anybody that would threaten her until the semis. But I mean, that's up to her how she plays on clay. She did win Rome. I mean, let's be real. I don't see her winning. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my preview. I think on the men's side, it's going to be another rematch of Nadal and Thiem. On the women's side, it could really be anybody. Let's be real. But the big contenders, I think, are Kvitova, Bertens. I mean, Naomi, if she really shows up to push through on clay. Serena is always a contender. I feel like those are the biggest, and Sloane Stevens. I feel like those are the biggest threats on the women's side to win the title. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on my thoughts and opinions. So feel free to leave comments down below. Yes. That was me. That's my video. That was all I have today. Au revoir. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. Let me know y'all's opinions. I'd love to hear them. Yeah, that's all I got for this video so far. So. Bye. 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 The kittens are lining up to lick that milk, honey. Okay. I forgot the other word. Bye. This is terrible.